Welcome back to Vlogmas Day 18. I'm pretty sure this is my favorite day in Maui. We started our morning by taking our Road to Hana tour. This is Maui's iconic 64-mile scenic drive. One of our first stops that we made was to Aunt Sandy's, and we got her iconic banana bread, which doesn't have any eggs or dairy in it. You would think that this is just banana bread, but when I tell you this is the best banana bread that I have ever had, probably in my lifetime, I am not joking. She uses a special recipe that keeps it extra moist and extra sweet. But anyways, the Road to Hana is a 64-mile scenic drive that has over 600 curves and turns and 54 bridges. For this little adventure, we decided to go with a tour group and a tour guide just because the drive is so difficult to do that we really wanted to take in all of the scenery. Not like I would be the one driving, but still. There are many different stops you can take on the Road to Hana, but our tour guide Travis took us to all the big highlights. This is the stop of the Black Sand Beach, which this scenery looking over the mountain really reminded me of Iceland's landscape, with the extra blue water, the beautiful landscape, and the rock formations. We did take a dip in the water, however the waves were really big, so really our next stop is where the fun was at. We stopped at this waterfall, which Travis looked at me and said, "Do you want to jump off the waterfall?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course I do." So of course I went up and did it. I climbed all the way up there. It's about 30 feet, I would say. And then of course, after I did it, all of the men had to do it, including my own father, which was really fun to see. Some of them, like this one, looked a little bit more painful than others, but I had a lot of fun at this stop. The water was a little bit on the chillier side, probably around 70 degrees, and then one of our last stops was for some Hawaiian shave ice, and it had ice cream on the bottom, which was super tasty. Around sunset, Travis took us to an extra stop where we got to see a bunch of sea turtles, and I didn't realize that those rocks right next to that moving turtle were actually other turtles. I don't think I've ever seen so many in my life before. There were some huge waves, and then if you look far off in the distance, you can also see a bunch of surfers, which I thought was super duper cool. I've never really seen surfing in person, so seeing these huge waves and people going out and having fun in them was just super awesome to see. Don't be fooled by the short amount of clips, but we literally spent 12 hours on this tour and it was worth every single minute of it. Travis talked for, I kid you not, the entire 12 hours. Once we got dropped off back at our hotel, we ended our night by going to the food trucks and getting some fish and some poke.